today from Cheryl. Now, I wanted to include this when I did the She Shed. I made an announcement that I finally got rid of my storage shed that I was paying for my wife. And now we actually put a shed in our backyard. I think TK wasn't here for that.
No. He wasn't.
Every week we do a home tour on the podcast, and we built a shed in our backyard so we could get rid of our storage unit, the hell of Bex's camping gear. Now, why do we have a storage unit? Is because I did not want to have camping gear strewn throughout our house or just in our bedroom somewhere or in our closet. Mm-hmm. And so we decided the best use of our money at the time until we could afford to buy a shed was to pay $80 a month for a storage locker for a temporary period of time. Not that the stuff was going to sit in there in perpetuity. However, what Cheryl was saying is she had a storage locker for a long period of time. Can we read her comment?
Yes. She said that she wanted to share an excerpt from a blog she posted in regards to that experience. Quote, "Then came the math. Over the course of that time period, from January 2006 through April 2015, I had spent a staggering $6,780.15 to store my useless things. That's right. I paid nearly $7,000 for someone to hold on to things I didn't even want or need. As painful as it was to see that figure, it was behind me, a mistake I won't repeat. On the bright side, had I not confronted the storage unit when I did, I would have gone on to spend an additional $7,440 through today. 93 months at $80 per month, which is what it cost when I left there. However, I'm sure they've raised that price, so it could be closer to $8,000. Thinking about it that way, thank goodness I took care of it when I did. Sure, I lost $7,000, but by finally confronting the stuff, most of which I had no use for, by the way, I'm saving thousands more. What a relief."
TK, isn't this a metaphor in some ways? We often pay for things that cease to give us value, or maybe they give us value even for a period of time, but we keep paying for it. Yes, we pay money, $7,000. We pay for it, though, with energy, with attention, with time, with our skills, and it eats us alive slowly over a protracted period of time.
Yeah, and we're paying for a narrative and the right to hold on to that narrative. Because when you say goodbye to that stuff and just give it away or just recycle it, well, it's over now. There's no story to tell yourself about it other than this is what it meant to me when I bought it, and this is what I did with it after it ceased to be useful. But you pay that storage fee. It's not just for somebody to hold on to your stuff. It's for you to hold on to the story of one day. One day I might. And the price of one day I might is so much more than just the money you give to the storage facility. It's also the mind share and the creative energy that you take away from the now moment and all of the joy that you could be experiencing in this now moment. Because it's similar to procrastination, right? Where what you are choosing is not a life of comfort, but a life in which you try to see how much enjoyment and fun can I have while being haunted by this ghost. This ghost that says, you know, you got to pay for that, right? You know, this is going to come back to haunt you, right?
Have you ever heard of a she shed before, TK?
No.
Yeah, me either.
I'm from Chicago. I don't even know if that.
I'm the only one who knew
it's
what that
funny because
was.
like it's like well, explain why is it a she shed?
Well, it's actually not a she shed, but my wife's is just a shed.
Yeah.
I jokingly called it a she shed.
Yeah.
It's the female equivalent of a man cave. And so like often what'll happen is if you want like some sort of crafts area, you would call it a man cave for men where you do your manly things.
Right.
And where women do their womenly things, it's used, the term is she shed, right?
I just call that the house. I just call that going home.
Oh, shoot.
I think what we do now is we use both of these terms pejoratively. I actually don't have a man cave or a she shed at home. We just have a regular shed.
Yeah.
I keep a broom in there and Bex keeps everything else in there. That broom is cathartic though.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I bet. No, it's funny because I'd never heard of that term either until he brought it up. I'm like, what the heck is a she shed?
Did you enjoy this standalone Patreon highlight? If so, you can listen to full episodes of the Minimalist Private Podcast, available exclusively on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/theminimalists or click the link in the description. Your support keeps our podcast and YouTube channel 100% advertisement free.